does your beard, right?
Yeah, bro.
Actually, my last client, bro, he owns a granite company.
A what?
The number off of the little thing there, the magnet.
He owns a what company?
A granite.
Oh, shoot, okay.
Granite cabinets and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna need him, man. That's
So
perfect.
he took your number. I was telling him about what you do, and I was telling him about the tax deed stuff.
Hell yeah, bro, I'm always meeting somebody.
Yeah, I think worked today.
Always meeting somebody in here, like, at least once a month. It's cool because, like, especially somebody like me, people are like, oh, you get your haircut every week? And I was like, yeah. My basketball coach always told me, you look good, you feel good, you perform good.
Yep.
You know, that's something that's big, especially when people are watching you in your profession. They want to know how you hold yourself up. I can't be out here dressing up like a bum, going to knock on somebody's door to see if they're going to sell me their house, you know what I mean?
First impressions.
I might get shot. Look.
Yeah. It's all about the way you carry yourself, right?
Yeah, man. You never know. You ever thought about creating the videos yourself?
That's what I'm going to start doing. Because I have a buddy of mine that I used to go to the hair shows with and all that. Pretty much I used to go to network there, you know, and they did a DVD. It was about 7 years ago when I first started cutting hair, and it helped me a lot.
Right.
But I couldn't find it anywhere last night, and I even messaged him directly. And he told me, no, I can send you a copy or whatnot, but I just don't have it for sale anymore.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, man, you know, that's something that, I don't know, these barber schools, they don't do nobody justice, you know what I'm saying?
That's something you could sell too, you know what I mean? I always tell people we live in a coaching and consulting age right now. So even if you have a side hustle, like these people on Amazon, people are selling classes on how to make money on Amazon, and they're making more money from the classes than they're actually making from their own personal Amazon stores. Exactly. So when you have if you have a skill or a craft that you're good at, go ahead and figure out a way to monetize that even in your sleep. So that course was definitely something that'll make money. Even if you said, look, how to cut your own hair, how to save money by cutting your own hair, you know what I mean? Even if it's just like touch-ups.
Because I see like these videos that don't even make sense when you start watching them, and it's nothing educational, but just the title has them with 1 million views, you know?
Oh yeah, man.
And I'm like, all right, you know, but if I create something that's actually beneficial and helps people, you know, and makes a better barber out of school, it'll be a lot better. You know,
yeah.
It will feel more like I'm giving something back to. Been doing this for, man, I'm going on 9 years, Joe.
9 years?
Yeah, man.
How long?
Since I made the transition, you know, to being a barber and made that decision, and I'm finally able to take that time, you know.
How long did it take you to open up your own shop?
5 years from the day I started school.
5 years.
That was my goal. You know, I set a goal before I closed my last businesses and whatnot. And,
so that's interesting. Much. So how many businesses have you owned?
3.
3 businesses.
Before this one.
So the first business may not work, right? But that don't mean quit.
It worked.
That was just
it worked, but it was not something that I was happy doing every day. You know,
right.
I wasn't driving to work happy. I wasn't, you know. Eventually, it was something that I was forced into because I was good at it. You know, but it's not a decision I made for myself. You know, and it wasn't something that I did it for 10 years and I had 3 stores. I was successful and everything, but at the end of the day, I wasn't happy with what I was doing. So I decided to, you know what, let me make a decision for myself on what I want to do instead of what my parents wanted me to do, you know. And don't get me wrong, it benefited me and it took me a long way.
Yeah.
But I woke up one day and I was just like, man, I want to be happy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And being happy is making your own decisions, you know, entrepreneurship. Even though I was already in there, I felt like I was a slave to everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I had to make that transition and that change. And like I said, one day I just leaped, you know, and I was scary. Everybody was like, you crazy, bro? You got 3 stores, you know, you're the computer guy. Even when I started cutting hair and people started seeing me in the barbershop, they're like, oh, nah, you're not doing my fade, bro. You fix my computer. You fix my phone, you know what I mean? Like, nah, bro. And then they started seeing me, you know, I took it serious and I just learned. And I made sure, you know, like, I was just telling this guy last night that I was telling you about the DVD.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, when I decided to do this, I woke up thinking about it. I went to sleep thinking about it. In the middle of the night, I would wake up and just watch videos of haircuts, and I would try and practice as much as I can. I didn't have an option. Like there was no option in my mind that I couldn't do this, you know?
Hell yeah.
It was more like I had to do this because I made that decision and I closed one of my stores and sold 2 of them, you know, and I didn't have nothing to go back to. I wasn't going back.
It has to work or it has to work.
Exactly.
And it's crazy because people will hear you talk, but they won't hear you talk. You know what I mean? Like when I hear you talk, I really can decipher it and understand it from a personal level, because I've been the same way. Like one thing that you mentioned is you were watching YouTube. That says that you really have to put in work when you're not getting paid, right? It's all about what you do when you're not on the clock. Even for me, when I was nursing, I had to come home from 12-hour shift and then still work, right? I was building websites, I was writing my ebook. So I would have never became the tax deed wolf if I wasn't putting that time in when I wasn't getting paid. Exactly. So I tell my team that all the time too. It's like, look, you're gonna do great, but it's all about what you're doing when you're not around me. Like, what are you doing at home? Are you just scrolling down Instagram? Or are you, searching hashtags? Are you studying new material? Are you on YouTube? Are you on YouTube watching about celebrity drama? Or are you on YouTube, studying more real estate techniques and this and that? So that's where that greatness is at, man.
Yeah, and that's why, you gotta be obsessed almost with what you want to do in your life, with your dreams,
Hell yeah.
If you're not obsessed with it, then you're not gonna take that extra time or that little downtime that you have to do to work towards that,
It's scary too, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of people
scary.
get it confused with entrepreneurship, where they're like, they only see you doing great. They don't see you up at night. They don't see you answering messages at 12 or 1 in the morning, or while you're at dinner with your family, or
the slow weeks.
Yeah, so they, and that's a thing and a point that I made to this new barber, that I'm like, hey, I just want you to know, there were plenty of days I only made $20 in the barbershop, to come back the next day and try again,
Right.
I'm like, so don't get discouraged. If you really want this, just don't give up.
Right.
Hey, good morning, sir. How are you? I gotta make this guy look good, and making men look good ain't easy. The next appointment I have available is 10:30. 10:30.
10:30?
You wanna come back for that?
10:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come back at 10:30.
Okay, what was your name, sir?
Let
Let me just block a space here for you so that way I don't have nobody else.
Wally.
You said Wally?
P-A-S.
P-A-S.
Q-U-A-L-E.
Pasquale.
That's it.
Okay.
Wally.
That's a unique.
Very
I got you,
common
sir.
name.
Yeah, I'll never forget that name, brother. I'll see you at 10:30.
So I'm on for 10:30.
Yes, sir. I'll be ready for you when you get here.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can take your time to do that.
I appreciate it. So like I was saying, I told this his name is Miguel. I told him last night, I was like, a lot of people want the opportunity given to them, and they want somebody to come and go like this to them, lift them and then take them from 0 and then drop them off at 100. I'm like, nobody starts off like that,
Right. I'm amazed that you remember where you were in the conversation and picked right back up.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, let's get back. See, my first time doing this.
I'm a what was I talking about? Type of person.
But it's, it goes back to like when you told me I'm gonna stop nursing and I'm gonna go do this tax deed stuff, My first thought was, hell yeah, do it, But it's because I have experience and I know that just a negative seed planted in you, like a seed of doubt, I wasn't gonna plant that in you because I know from experience, So I told him, bro, just look forward at what you want. Look at that 100 and just, even if you have to start crawling towards it, go.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let nobody plant a negative seed in you and water it, because you might like shrug it off at first, but when you're by yourself and your day didn't go well that day or whatnot, that seed is gonna pop up out the dirt. You know what I'm saying? So I told him it's very important to surround yourself with people that are gonna support you, that are gonna they don't have to see your vision, but at least they're not gonna down you for having a bad day or for making a decision that didn't work.
Man, that's big facts, man. Like a lot of times, it's the people who aren't even qualified, to tell you. Like when I was at the nursing station and I was telling people about tax deed investing, one girl was like, "Why would you do that? How are you gonna make any money doing that? It's deed property." So if I would have listened to her, I would still be in that nursing station today, stressed the hell out, probably still drinking. You know what I mean? It wasn't until I was in a real happy place to where I could leave alcohol alone. You know what I mean? I don't need it anymore. I'm not stressed anymore. I feel freaking great about life. I know my calling. I'm helping people. Like, it's an awesome feeling when, my students are coming to me. Oh, I just flipped my first property. Like, oh, I just left my full-time job. And you don't have to do it all in one day. That's what, it started with one house, right? One house, bro. In 2015, I bought my first house. So, that's,
what's crazy
big.
too about that
House,
nursing station, that they don't believe you until they see your success.
Hell yeah.
And then they want to jump on the train, right?
Oh yeah,
I'm
a lot
sure
of them took my course.
Exactly.
A lot of them took
oh,
my
you know what? I'm
course.
gonna support them now. I'm gonna support them now. But when you was coming up with the idea, the support wasn't as as rich as it is today, right?
Hell yeah, man. The whole reason we wanted to start New Legacy is because so many kids, including myself when I was growing up, I was looking up to rappers, athletes, drug dealers. These were the guys with the money. They were out there with the flashy cars. And while my family struggled, that's what I wanted. We wanted money. We didn't want to be in the situations that we were in. And a lot of kids go through that today. So that's why we created New Legacy, to really show the world that there are entrepreneurs out here that are, living the lives that they want to live. My wife doesn't have to work. I don't have to work anymore. I'm a retired nurse at age 29. I just went and got my mom a new phone. My mom doesn't have to work. She's working because she wants to work. That life is out there. That lifestyle is out there. And you don't have to play basketball or football to achieve it. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways. You can be a photographer. You can be, videographer. You can be a real estate investor. You can literally be a real estate agent and live the lifestyle that you want to live. So it's out there for everyone, and we really want to show the world this stuff. So normally we have our meetings here, pretty luxurious area. You have your own private wine cabinets over here that you can come grab. Hey Bear, how you doing?
Hey, well,
Question, are the rooms, somebody's in here?
We do have somebody in Temple right now. Duncan, I don't believe anyone's in there.
Can I just look at it real quick? What's going on?
How you doing?
Oh look, awesome! You're the
There
man.
you are.
So the Bear over here, he's the man. If you ever want to come to this place, so so we got private meeting rooms and everything. Like I said, normally we come host our meetings here. You got a nice view in the back. Open up the blinds. You get your own waiter when you come in here. So yeah, you come in here, open up the blinds. Nice view. These are the type of things that come with entrepreneurship. You get that American Express Platinum card when you go to the airport. You got your own rooms. They're your own Wi-Fi. You don't have to worry about all these people and all these bad kids running into you. When you actually come here, you get your own waitress. You get your own waitress, private waitress. She only serves you and your party. It's awesome. It's awesome. All right, you're the man. I'll tag you in the video.
Cool.
And then on the other side, there's these private meeting rooms. So if you ever want to come just work for the day, you have that option. So this is Citrus Club. This is the one for Orlando, but they actually have clubs all over the U.S. in every major city. So follow me along. So it looks like they're having an event over here, so we won't bother them, but it's your personal little meeting rooms. So bam, we got our own little meeting rooms in here. You got your business lines. Come in here, do some work, make some phone calls, whatever you really need to do. So these are some of the perks of having an office down here. And then when we travel, we go to Tampa, one-on-one meetings with various different other, CEOs, students, whatever it might be. And you just stop by and go to one of the clubs there. How's that for entrepreneurship?
Having a professional title company, a title attorney. I think all the rules and regulations are going to be different in state to state.
All right. So we out here in Lake Mary, Florida. I have a student that drove, I think like 4 hours down here for some one-on-one mentorship. So we're going to go ahead and get her set up with proper business structure so that she's protecting her assets, limiting her liabilities, getting set up for strategic tax filing. And then we're going to go ahead and show her how to get some property for as little as $3,000. Can't beat that, right? Morning, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Sorry,
to meet you too.
I was a little bit late.
That's why she's learning a lot about how you find, locate and see if land is actually valuable in the area. Because Panama City is getting ready to boom. They're trying to make an international airport out of Panama City, and this whole area around it is woods. And you know how Panama City went through that big hurricane and everything was destroyed.
Yeah, I was there for National Guard.
Oh yeah? Well, they're going to build it up. And she went to a meeting and found out it was kind of a little known secret.
It was always a good spot for tax deed investing too. That's where the biggest deals that I've seen, the largest flips, were in that area. Yeah, the one that I use all the time, the $15,000 house that he sold for $130,000 without touching it, that was there. Yeah, she did. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Good morning. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying that
about courses and
I had probably read and took other 9 to 10 other tax deed courses, and one of them was even based here in Florida, and I just never either knew enough or was confident enough to actually do it. So here I am with you.
And
learning to do it.
Learning everything, probably from all their courses combined. We're probably showing you more than all the courses combined and plus some.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I still learn. So I told you I'll be at the conference tomorrow. Every new thing that I learn, I'm learning how to buy apartment complexes. You best believe I'm gonna make a class and put in our course how to buy apartment complexes.
That's awesome.
Right? But of course, I do a deal first. I always do something first before I even teach it. I have to know the strategy works. So everything that I teach, I've done.